Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to go over pattern 3, exercise 4. And really this is just pattern 3, exercise 3, part 2, because it's just the other two possibilities of the pattern that we were doing in exercise 3. Anyway, they're going to sound like this. So if you watched pattern 3, exercise 3, we learned of going up our scale by each scale degree just on 2 strings and 6 notes at a time, right? And then we did it descending, where we just mirrored it going backwards. Okay, and then we did those backwards, where we did descending sequences with overall ascension, and vice versa. Okay, so in this one, we're doing really the same thing, but we're just kind of flipping things around a little bit. This time we're going to ascend on the E string, and then descend on the B string. Anyway, that's what you got yourself into on this video. Let's go over it slowly and clearly. Okay, so the first version of this time we're going to start ascending on the high E string. So let's start on the 3rd fret of our high E string, and we're going to go 3, 5, 7, and then also on the B string 3, 5, 7. Okay, and then the next position up will be on the 5th fret with our pointer finger, and we're going to go 5, 7, 8 on both strings, starting on the high E string and then to the B string. And then next one up on the 7th fret with our pointer finger on the high E string, 7, 8, 10, on the B string, 7, 8, 10. And then the 4th position, starting on the 8th fret, should be 8, 10, 12 on both strings. Okay, so far we're looking like this. Okay, and then moving on. Next one is starting up on the 10th fret of the high E string, 10, 12, 14. And this is the area that I honestly avoid if I can when I'm soloing and stuff, just because it's hard, and so this is where I start to get sloppy. I like to keep it on those. For some reason they're just easier for me. I know why they're easier, because you're playing the exact same frets. On these next 3, you're not. So sorry. Back to it. 10th fret, 12th fret, 14th fret on high E on the B string. 10, 12, 13. 10, 12, 14. 10, 12, 13. Next position up. 12, 14, 15 on our high E. 12, 13, 15 on the B. Okay, next one up, 14, 15, 17 on our high E, 13, 15, 17. Okay, and I think, yeah, that's the last one. That's the last one for this version. And then we end on the 15th fret of our B string. So that should all be sounding like this. Wait a beat, and then we can make our way back down. So to start our way back down, we're gonna move up one more position, and we're gonna be going backwards, right? So we were going up the high E string, and if we're going to mirror that, that means we'll be going down on the other string. So this time We're gonna stay on the B string. We're gonna go up to the 19th fret, and we're gonna go 19, 17, 15 on both strings. So this time we were ascending, but up the frets, but then going down the strings. This time we're going down the frets, but up the strings. So it's 19, 17, 15 on the B, 19, 17, 15 on the high E. That's our position 1 of descending. Position 2. 17, 15, 13 on the B, 17, 15, 14 on the high E. Again, this is the rough area. I've probably practiced this area, just this area alone, probably more than I've practiced the whole pattern ever. It's still only half as good as right there. It's one of those things where you practice 10 times more just so it can be half as good or 1/10 as good as the better area. Anyway, so we just did 17, 15, 14, 17, 15, 13 on the B, 17, 15, 14 on the high E. Next position down. 15, 13, 12 on the B string, 15, 14, 12 on the high E. Next one down. 13, 12, 10, high E, 14, 12, 10. So far, all together, we should have this. Okay, next one. Starting on the 12th fret. It gets a little bit easier again. So 12, 10, 8 on the B, 12, 10, 8 on the high E. Okay. Next one down, 10, 8, 7 on both. This should all look really familiar because we just did this on the way up, right? So everything is in reverse. The last one we'll do on this one is 8, 7, 5 on the B, 8, 7, 5 on the high E. Okay, so everything descending sounding like this. And then for ending, pick that good old middle note of our 3 notes of the high E string. Okay, and then hang out for a beat, and then slide back down, and you can start over again. So if you're to do this over and over and over, you end on the high E string, you're gonna stay on the high E string, and start going back up. So version 2, everything's going to be the same. We're just going to go up 1 position higher when we get to the very top. And that'll take over that beat that we just hung out on from before. Instead, we're going to be doing the pattern one more time. And then we'll actually go up another position to start our way back down. Let me get us up to the very end of this so we can just practice the end. Alright, so that was the end of our version 1. So we're going to go up 1 more. This was actually the position that we used for descending. That was the first position, descending. Alright, so this time we're going up it. We're just continuing the pattern. Okay, so 15, 17, 19 on both. That's going to be the end of descending this time. For descending, we're going to go up 1 more position. We're going to stay on the B string, just slide up 1 fret, which should be on the 20th fret with our pinky of the B string, and we're going to go 20, 19, 17, 20, 19, 17. After that, everything will be exactly the same as before. And that'll be the last one, and then you can start over again. Okay, so version 2 all together will sound like this. Oops. start it over again. So unlike pattern 3, exercise 3, those to me sounded straight up just like soloing licks. These patterns to me sound more like sequences in like a Bach, like a classical song or something, which is cool too. But I've never noticed them as much in like rock and roll or just rocks or guitar solos in general. Yeah, so that's my opinion on this matter. Okay, so that's version 2. Version 3. We're going to do just like version 1 of this, where we're going to go up to the top and stop for a second and then make our way back down. But instead of ascending on the on the E string, this time we're going to start descending on the B string. So it's really what we were just doing on our way back down. We're going to be using that to climb up the scale, or climb up the neck. So if we start on the 7th fret of our B string, 7, 5, 3 on both strings. Next one up, that's 8, 7, 5. And then next position up, 10, 8, 7. Again, all the frets, the fret numbering should all be very familiar because we're doing exactly the same thing. We're just changing the order. So that's 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8, 13, 12, 10, 14, 12, 10, 15, 13, 12, 15, 14, 12, 17, 15, 13, 17, 15, 14. That would be the last one of ascending. And then we'll end on the middle note, be the 15th fret of our high E string. Very, very Baroque sounding. Okay, then making our way back down. So it's the same thing what we did on version 1, or as we were climbing, but this time we're doing that starting up here, and we're gonna go down the neck. That's the last one. And then we'll end on 3 notes on this string. We'll land on the middle one. Okay. And then just like in version 2, to do this non-stop, we're just going to add one more scale position when we get to the highest part. So I don't even know if I'm doing the wrong pattern, wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's do this. So this is the descending sequences as we ascend version. So that was our extra position right there. And then to make our way back down, we're gonna slide up with our pointer finger. So now it should be up on the 17, 19, 20. That's on both strings. And then everything else is the same as before. Oops. Oops. A lot of oopses in this demonstration here, but hopefully you get the point. So there is your exercise 4 for pattern 3. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you got something good out of it, and I will see you later.